Welcome in, everyone. Our special conversation with new WVU women's basketball coach Mark Kellogg is brought to us by WVU Medicine, the official medical provider of the Mountaineers. Welcome to Morgantown.
Yeah, thank you very much. It is good to be here.
I would imagine that these things, these transitions, can only be one thing, and that is a whirlwind. From the start of the conversation to making it happen, yes, it's official, yes, you're announced, and now you're here. What's it been like?
Yeah, you could call it a roller coaster of emotions probably, and I mean, the process, it doesn't take too long, but it does feel like it drags out and, your future's in limbo. So it does, it stirs some emotions, I guess. And then when it happens, that's when the whirlwind, right, comes, and that's been the last 48 hours for us. And you think you're prepared, and we have done this before, but really you're not. And, but we've been overwhelmed with the messages and the sentiments from, where we're coming from and the thank yous, and then the, hey, we're really looking forward to meeting you and your family here in Morgantown. And so it makes you feel special, and yeah, we couldn't be more excited.
Yeah. People will look at your resume and they'll know that most recently you had a very successful tenure at Stephen F. Austin. But if they keep reading that bio, you've been doing this a long time. When did the seed get planted into you that you wanted to be a head coach?
Well, I don't. That's a good question. I went to college not thinking I was going to coach. I was actually going to go into sports broadcasting. Did an internship my sophomore year, and I was like, "Yeah, no, that's not where it's going to be at for me." And the women's coach at the time at the school that I played at kind of told me that I would be a good coach. And so, kind of my last couple years, I got into exercise science, got a degree in communications and exercise science, and then went right into coaching from there. So I started on the men's side actually for a guy named Rick Cooper, who was at West Texas A&M, who's ironically is a Bridgeport, West Virginia native, right. And his family still lives here. So it's all full circle here too a little bit, And then from there I got onto the women's side. So the same lady that I just referred to that was coaching at the school I played out got the head coaching job at Montana State. So I became a Division I assistant at an early age. Was up there 4 years, and then I thought even after that, of course, you're young and you think you're invincible at that time, but I thought I was ready to be a head coach, and I think I was, but fortunately Fort Lewis College took a chance on me, and that's really when it just kind of took off.
Your record speaks for itself, but you have not been at this Power 5 level. I would imagine from a personal level, you have looked at this space of Power 5 saying, I want to make that transition. I want to get to that level. Why West Virginia now?
Yeah, great question. I'm a Big 12 guy. That's my blueprint, that's the footprint, that's what I know more than anything else, But, I mean, timing and opportunity is why now. I mean, why? Because it happened to all match up, right? I've had success at the level, at the mid-major level and, in the Division II level, and then timing, opportunity. I had a relationship with Ren Baker. I don't know that that's why I got this job. I would like to think I was because of merit and what I've done as a basketball coach, but it certainly helps to know the athletic director a little bit because he had hired me once before. But that's why, and I think why West Virginia, because it's special and there's a chance and there is a history here in men's and women's basketball of success, but I think there's a level that we can take it to also, right? I think there's one Sweet 16 in the school's history, which was maybe 92 if I'm not mistaken. Lots of NCAA tournaments. We were just, we were at the same site as West Virginia just a couple years ago in San Antonio at the NCAA tournament, and so there is history, but there's opportunity here, and I think that's what excites me, to put the national brand and put the flying WV on your chest to go recruit, to get that level of a talent. Like, right. We haven't been able to do that, right? And you can recruit, so I think there's 4 ways you recruit, right? Locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally. And West Virginia allows you to do all 4 of those, and some of my previous stops maybe don't afford that luxury. So that's really what it is, and I think this place has a chance, and it's, it represents an entire state, and that's pretty neat.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk style of play. West Virginia on the men's side built a brand several years ago of Press Virginia, and people embraced it and loved it. It sounds as though you will not let that go away. You're going to press.
Well, we do get after people for sure. I mean, we may do it a little bit differently. Typically ours has been more of like a 2-2-1, kind of maybe more zone-ish type press. Play some zone behind it, play some man also. Really just trying to keep the offense off balance is the goal. But yes, we have led the country in turnovers forced at Stephen F. I mean, we've been probably top 15 in the country about every year that we've been there. So yeah, we will get after you. That there is no question about it. But it's really changing defenses. It's really keeping people off balance, but really scoring it too. But letting our defense lead to some offense, But I think you have to be able to play different ways also. Like, I don't think you can just play fast and win all the time, and I don't think you can just play slow. You're going to run into you play slow. You're going to run into an offense that's really good. So you better be able to score a little bit, and then obviously vice versa. So we'll be able to play multiple ways, but we're going to get after you.
Yeah. The world of coaching has changed dramatically in the last several years because of the transfer portal and because of NIL. Obviously, you have a philosophy, you have an idea. How do you work in this space?
That's the ever-changing space right now, right? And I think we're trying to invent ourselves yearly. I've traditionally been a program-type coach. I want program kids that stay in our system, throughout, give us multiple years, right? Now, that was pre kind of portal. Transfers weren't nearly as heavy. Now, I think that changes a little bit. I do still think you want kids that will stay in the system and develop a culture that people want to be here and they want to stay because you just treat them right and you're having success on the court and we're doing the right stuff in the community. And so I think we'll continue that while still navigating the portal, though. And if there's holes to fill or there's an elite level talent, then we got to make sure we're prepared to go get them.
Yeah. Schedule-wise, what would you like to do non-conference?
Well, I think you schedule based on the team you have. So I've always said that every year, no matter what, right? So some of it's already it's put in place. I've seen some of the schedule, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to dictate a whole lot of it. And then I think there will be opportunities for us, too, to schedule some teams. So it'll be based on the team we have. I'll certainly want to win. And, if you look at even like the LSU women, we're knocking them all year for the non-conference schedule being too easy, but she's a second-year coach and a younger team to her, so they needed probably to schedule and get some wins and find some momentum, and then they could carry that over into the SEC for them. But we want to win. We need to get that mindset. We understand how hard that takes. The Big 12 is going to be a grind. We completely understand what that's going to look like. So just set ourselves up for Big 12 play, but set yourself up to do something special in the postseason.
When you looked at this position, obviously you talk about it with the folks that you're talking with, but you don't get here to be here until probably today was the first time you put your foot on the ground. When you went over to the practice facility, initial thoughts?
Well, I honestly haven't even been there yet.
Haven't been there yet?
It has been a whirlwind. Now,
Are you in for a treat?
I understand. I've seen video of it, so I have taken the walking video tour of this facility. So I have a really, really good idea, but it's special, and everybody's told me it's probably a top 10 in the country.
Yeah, you're going to have a nice office.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah, thanks to Coach Huggins, I think it sounds like, right?
Yeah, I think he had a large stand. Well, listen, congratulations to you. We wish you the very best.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There he is, new WV women's coach, Mark Kellogg. Thanks for being with us. This presentation brought to us by WVU Medicine, the official medical provider of the Mountaineers.